Well, I got new neighbors. If it truly is what you want to do for a living, wake up every day and get to work. This person is driving a Mini, and they put their floor mats on their roof to wash them. And now their roof is sopping wet with the dirt because they washed the rest of their car. But yeah, poorly planned out is what I'm trying to say. I went and got an oil change and I washed my truck and just kind of took care of business because the construction workers showed up to finally fix my apartment. And I don't like being there when they're there, so I just gave myself busy work to do. And I think I did a pretty good job. All right, there are 118 days left before I find out if I get my green card. And I'm just staying really positive and really motivated. So I got myself a little dashboard dancer. Look at her go. So today's vlog is really short because I didn't film much. I went and I got an oil change. And the person doing my oil change was a little person. And they had a little step stool. And they went up 2 steps so they could look over the hood. And they were great at their job. But I was just like, this is not what I expected to happen today. And although I did try to sneak like a photo, it was just like, I was like, I can't put this online without like their permission. It just, oh man. Guys, I bought myself a little motivational green card present. Now, if you know me, you know that I used to collect rubber duckies and I had to stop because I had like over 300. So this is my first rubber ducky in probably 15 years. So cute. He's the only one I want. I don't want any others. Because as soon as you tell somebody that you like something that's cheap and simple like rubber duckies, you end up with them everywhere. And I don't want them everywhere. I just want this one, just this one rubber ducky. This is my duck, my Lady Liberty duck. She's my indoor green card motivation. And the one in my truck is my outdoor green card motivation. I'm putting all the vibes out there, guys. Look at how perfect she looks right beside the sink. Okay, I'm gonna try to say this without like oversharing. A little while ago, I ended up with one of my most favorite people at their close friend's house, and their family was there and their friends were there, and I got to meet a lot of really wonderful people. One of the people I met was a teenager, and this teenager and I hit it off weirdly, and I was like, you're just like me when I was your age, and we had so much in common, and I was just hyped to know this like dope young person. And there's some stuff that we talked about where like I kind of looked around the room and I was like, oh, I was meant to be here in this moment to talk to you about this thing because that's kind of one of my specialties. And I don't want to be vague about that because I don't want you guys to jump to conclusions. We were specifically talking about LGBTQIA plus rights and how like the world has kind of evolved and what it's like for them nowadays as a teenager with the environment we have nowadays versus like when I was a teenager. And so that was a really dope conversation to have. And because I spent so much time living in the neighborhood and I have like gay positive tattoos on me, like I was like, hey, I might be the person that's great for you to talk to about this because I have some insight. It was just, everything just kind of worked out. It was just like, it was really positive. It was really wonderful. And I know this is the internet. I'm so scared to put something so important and so wonderful out there for people to comment on. So just don't. But that interaction was so impactful. And I was like, man, this is the sense of community and family that I want to surround me. And they can't surround Samantha Mack, the online character. They have to surround the real me. And the real me isn't out there. So if they want to reach out on Instagram, the real me isn't there. I do have a private Instagram that's just basically for motorcycles. It's just stuff that like I give a shit about. But I only add people I've met in real life and shaken hands with. But even that, like I'm still Sam. And I was like, if I'm going to meet young people, if I'm going to meet family members, if I'm going to be influential, if I'm going to be
talking to, encouraging, motivating, supporting, interacting with people who are underage, then I don't want them seeing my Samantha Mac business work that is only for people who are overage. And I was like, well, how do we separate this? Like, the internet has changed over the years. Like, you used to be able to have your website, and the people who knew, and the people who didn't, and it was easy to be quiet and discreet, and like, I'm a model by night, and by day I could just walk my dog and order pizza and be a normal girl. And that doesn't exist anymore because Instagram has kind of taken over, and adult media has been pushed in everyone's faces more so now than ever. And Instagram just doesn't even feel like a safe place anymore. And this has been said to me over the years, and I never really understood it because I was like, I just interact with my fans. I just interact with these older people. And then I realized there's younger people following me. Shit, that was never the intention. Samantha Mac was never designed for younger people to follow. And so even though like I've changed my career I've spun it a complete 180, and I've done so much to change my online presence. No matter what I do, if you search my name, you still find shit I don't want you to find. And that sucks because that means that underage people can also find it. And that sucks, and I don't want that. And do I want to change my name? No, I don't. I love being Sam. I don't want to show up and be like, hey guys, I'm Bob now. Call me Bob. Follow bobmac.com. Pretty sure there's already a Bob McKenzie. I think it's Doug's brother. So I'm really conflicted about like what to do. But what I did do immediately is I went home and I removed my OnlyFans accounts from my Linktree, which is on my social media. And I was like, if you know, you know. And I would love to be able to go back to like the early millennium where if you knew the link, you could go to the link and enjoy it because you were an adult who found that link through only adult ways. I just got rid of it. And now that could cripple me financially, absolutely. But I have to kind of like focus on like not where I was or not where I am, but where I'm going. And where I'm going in life is not a place where I am isolated to an adult audience. There are going to be young people that follow me. It's going to happen. And I want to have safe media. I think social media, if it allows people who are 14 on it, then I have to post like there's always a 14-year-old watching. I just think that's the right thing to do. I had a really, really great interview with Cherie DeVille last year on ASN Underground, and she was like, Cherie DeVille is online. Cherie DeVille only does this kind of content. Cherie DeVille does not post kids. Cherie DeVille does not post her neighbors. Cherie DeVille does not post dinner parties with her friends. No, she is a character, only doing the character work.
I don't have social media for myself. Cherie is a sex worker, and as a sex worker, even on my Safe for Work platforms, there's no space for children. I would be putting them in danger and potentially sexualizing them in the eyes of my followers. Now, that doesn't mean it's right, but we just had a conversation about our culture. We just had a conversation about what people think about us. Right or wrong, those are facts. So when I introduce an under 18 person, which I wouldn't do, onto my social media, I'm taking the risk that someone is now going to do something inappropriate with that picture. And that is a hard fucking no for me.
Yeah.
Cherie DeVille is a promotional page for porn.
Yes.
And children have no space on that promotional pornographic page.
Don't get MILF, the porn subject, mixed up with an actual mom.
You're watching ASN Underground.
She goes, me, myself, I don't have social media. And I was like, that's the part that I can't get through is for so long, Samantha Mac was a vlogger. Samantha Mac was a comedian. Samantha Mac was a host. Samantha Mac was the girl on stage at choir. Samantha Mac was all of these things. Samantha Mac was an actress in regular movies that you bought at Roger's Video. Like, so it wasn't like Samantha Mac was just one thing. Samantha Mac was a persona, but Samantha Mac also was a persona for adult consumption. So what do? Do I create a new character? I don't know what to do. But I did take down all my OnlyFans links. I was like, even though my OnlyFans is safe for work. I mean, that's not true. Is it safe for work? I don't know. Like, if you see a picture on my Instagram that's like pretty nice, like a modeling photo, the whole set is on my Instagram. Or sorry, on my OnlyFans. Just the one picture that was safest is on my Instagram. But even with like modeling, like these really like scandalous little dresses and things, I'm like, I have to make sure that I'm writing that this is a modeling gig and that this is about adult women empowerment, and the woman who designed this is a cancer survivor and she embraces the female form, and that's what this is about. And like the white tiger on the dress is a symbol of power and resilience, and I have to like keep directing the focus, whereas before I would just post a picture and be like, yeah, damn, it's hot, click, 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 thanks for the likes. Now I have to be like, no, let's focus. Yes, it can be hot, but it can also be meaningful. You can understand that I'm a model, and there is a job here. I'm not just taking a thirst trap to post a thirst trap. Like, this is still my job. Man, it's a confusing time for me. This is a confusing time for me, guys. I don't know who I am. I don't know what I'm doing. This is a confusing time. I love the fact that I'm a 40-year-old woman getting modeling gigs. I love that. I get more modeling gigs now than I ever did in my life, like on a consistent basis. I love that. I love the body I'm in at the age of 40 compared to the body I was in at the age of 20, and compared to the body I was in at the age of 30. Like, I really grew up believing that when a woman turns 40, she just rots and becomes useless and ugly and disappears into granny-isms. So I love my social media persona, and I love being able to dress up and look glamorous and sexy and curvy, and I love all of that. And I love that I'm happy in the skin I'm in for the first time in a very long time. And I also want to be a positive role model, and I also want to be giving back positively to the universe, and that includes people who are under the age of my assumed fans, because there they are. I can't say only people 21 and older can follow me. That's not how social media works. So I am aware of who my audience is, and I understand my responsibility because of that. I have choices. I could just stop posting. I could delete everything. I could delete my body of work. I could pretend it never happened. I could change my name, or I could just say, this is my story, and in my story, my path went like this. And this is where I am now, and this is where I was, and this is where I was. And not all parts of my path are for everybody. Where I am right now, though, I want it to be more for everybody. So I am focusing more on motorcycles and practicing wheelies and trying to be just dope. I'm trying to get more cool roles in movies, more action movies, more punching people in the face, and less kissing people in the face. I don't know what the right thing to do is. I want to be like, I want to be wife material. I want to be locked down. I want to be at family barbecues, hanging out with the nieces and the nephews, and I want to be the rich aunt that spoils you. Like, and half of my friends are like, they know my heart, and they're like, Sam, we don't care. Like, we don't care. Our kids know you. They know your heart. If it comes up, we talk about it. If it doesn't, oh well. But that's such a wonderful place to be, and I love that. Like Ashley and Ange and Alex and Jason and like that whole crew of people, and Johnny and David and Sam and Jason and Henriette and Scotty, like all of them are just like, yo, like, no big deal. We know you, and you are cool. Like, we don't care what you did 3 years ago. We don't care what you did 30 years ago. Who you are right now in our lives is who we want around. You don't. So that's awesome. And I love that and I appreciate that. But there is a group of people who don't know me and don't know my heart. And when they hear my name, they go to Google. When they go to Google, I can't control what comes up, and I wish I could, because I am not the pictures that are on the internet anymore. Like, there's photos of me from 10 years ago that people think I took yesterday. And there are like tabloid magazines, or sorry, there are tabloid websites that came out years ago. One says I have 3 kids and they're all embarrassed of me and I have to drop them off 3 blocks from the school because they don't want their friends to see me dropping them off. And I was like, first of all, I don't have 3 kids. And like, the internet doesn't even know my birthday. The internet thinks that I was born, I think, in 1980. I think that got listed somewhere. Definitely not true. But that's okay. That's cool. I don't care. People can think I'm older than I am. I'm very much 40. I'm not lying about that. But the internet has me listed as being born on a different day, and a different year. So yeah, not everything on the internet is true. There are fan sites that have made up whole stories about me that never even existed. There are whole Instagram accounts using my name and my photos that are controlled by fans that just post whatever the hell they want to post because they love me, but like, it's not the me that I want to put forward. There's an account on Twitter, the unofficial Samantha Mac account, and I have spoken with them and I'm like, hey, I love that you're my fan, that you want to post me, but like, I'm not posting anything nude. I'm not posting anything like this. Like, please, like, take stuff down, change your wording. And they've been really, really good at shifting, but also like, there are fans that aren't understanding. And there's fans who are like, no, you are this for me, and so this is what I'm going to promote. And so this is why, like, I can't really get away from it. Samantha Mac is many different things to many different people. Some people remember me from the slave pit. Some people remember me from movies. Some people remember me from comedy. Some people remember me from lifeguarding. Some people remember me from summer camp. Like, when I was a Praise Jesus Bible camp counselor. Like, I have had so many different moments of impact in my life that have reached so many different people at so many different times. And so this moment in my life, I want to be more curated. Maybe that's partially why I'm doing these vlogs, so you guys can have real conversations with me and see what my real life is like, because there's so many rumors out there about me, and people can see me and judge me and make one quick assumption, and it kind of fucks shit up sometimes. So I figure maybe if I put myself out there, at least I can speak my truth, as opposed to the media that gets mixed up and spun differently. Because there's a bazillion accounts out there that say there's Samantha Mac that aren't me. I have my motorcycle account, which is private and locked down, and I have the Samantha Mac _. That's it. Everything else online, I'm the Sam Mac. Because I thought at least if I change my name to the Sam Mac, I can get away from Samantha Mac a little bit easier. But of course, people were just like, oh no, we'll just call you the Sam Mac from now on. And they started blasting a bunch of images and videos and stories I didn't want them publishing. And so I don't know what to do, guys. And I know if you say something that you don't want on the internet, people are going to go and do it, because that's what people do. People are assholes. But like, if I was on the internet and I was like, I do not want an inflatable rubber ducky big enough to fill my pool sent to my house, somebody's going to go online and find it and send it to me, just because I put the idea out there. So this is such a dangerous zone for me to navigate, because I am being really raw and honest about what I don't want, and I don't want people to be like, well, fuck you, I like your tits, I'm gonna make a fake account and blast you everywhere the way I want to. Like, it's just, oh, you're playing with my life. Stop. Whew. I don't know what to say. Long story short, I met a teenager who made an impact on me, and I immediately went home and removed my OnlyFans links. and any other links that were for adults only. And I figure if you're an adult and you know where those links are, good for you. And if you aren't an adult and you're following me, I don't need to navigate you in that direction. So this could cripple me financially. It could be a really, really, really bad business decision. Because I still do need that income, even though my OnlyFans is very, very tame. I post my YouTube videos on my OnlyFans. The only difference between my Instagram and my OnlyFans is where there's one hot photo on Instagram that is designed to advertise a company, a clothing brand, whatever. The whole photo set and the videos are on OnlyFans. So you're gonna see a whole bunch more, anywhere from like 3 to 30 extra pictures. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I'm not the kind of person who like shies away from my story. I'm going to say, this is my story. This is how, this is where I was born, and this is how I was raised, and this is the choices I made, and these are the adventures I've had, and these are the things that have shaped me into who I am now. So I shouldn't ever be ashamed of any part of that story, because every step of the way I have grown and I have evolved and I have changed and I've shifted into who I am now. And who I am now is different than who I was 5 years ago, and who I was 10 years ago, and who I was 20 years ago. So the complicated part for me is teenagers. What do I say to teenagers? Wait until you're 18 and I can answer all your questions. I got nothing to be ashamed of. My life has been beautiful, and my life has been tragic, and my life has been complicated, and my life has been incredible. And all of those things have been important. The good, the bad, all of it. I have learned life lessons that I still hold with me on the farm, and I have life lessons that I still hold with me that I learned on the runway, and I have life lessons that I still hold with me from the nightclub. And I don't know. I want so So I don't know. I don't know which direction I'm going to go in next. I don't know which way to navigate next. I'm trying to figure it out. I know that if I post a bikini photo, I will get more views and I will get more likes, and that means more monetization, which means more money. But I also know if I post something meaningful in my hoodie, like that conversation I had the other day with Josh Reimer and Unique, not many people are gonna watch it because I'm sitting there in a hoodie just talking. And they don't want that. People want visual stimulation. Some people want one thing from me. And those are the people I try not to feed anymore. So I guess posting these vlogs is important because it's giving you a more rounded version of who I am, my personality, my character, my heart, and I'm just gonna trust the process because who I am today isn't who I'm gonna be in 5 years. And I'm excited about who I'm gonna be in 5 years because right now we're transitioning. Right now we're becoming American. Whew. Listen, if you got God on speed dial, please just, quick call because I need this to go through smoothly. In my journal, I always write like Samantha Mack and then an arrow sign 2, and then I write like my legal married name that I hope to have. And I'm like, I think that's the direction I want this story to go in. And every day is just another baby step, hopefully in the right direction. Well, that's enough chit chat for one day. I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow's a fun day. Tomorrow is Bougie's birthday. I cannot wait to tell you the whole story of Bougie because she is my young friend in her 20s. And who thought I would have a friend in my 20s? But honestly, this is my I've taken this girl under my wing and I am loving her up, and she is amazing, and I want good things for her, and I'm so happy that she has asked me now 2 years in a row to celebrate her birthday with her. And last year I didn't, and I should have. And this year we are going to celebrate her because she is amazing and important, and I hope that this is the first of many birthdays that I can celebrate with her. So I look forward to tomorrow's vlog, and I will see you then.